girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine, a city so live.
Hi, this is Tammy Sue with Lashes to Lashes Studio, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick.
I don't know why we're still singing. I love it. I love it so much. I do love that song. I sing it to myself all the time. Mama Cone walks around and hums it as well. Love it. I love it so much. Want to say good morning to Tara. Happy Wednesday. It is a hump day today. There's the cat right there. My daughter's cat, Remy, being bad as always. Goodness. And good morning to Mama Cone. A prosperous day. Yes, I ask for prosperity every day. Come to me, prosperity. All right. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Wednesday, April 9th, and I am your host, Dani Gurry. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you tuning in and would love for you to share the stream and let people know that we have a good time here. I think we have a good time anyway. All right. We're going to run down today's show. We're going to go over the events happening in and around Frederick. Then we've got Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. We're talking spark plugs today. And I interview Elizabeth Tate. She's from Common Ground at Paradise Stables in Mount Airy. Really amazing farm. And she's doing some great stuff, not only for our first responders and veterans, but anyone who has had a trauma in their life. Equine therapy is an amazing way to heal, and I love it. So we're going to talk with her too. The nonprofit for April is A Mother's Rest. If you did not see the interview with Andrea or the walkthrough of the property that I had with Amy, please go to our YouTube channel and just search for A Mother's Rest. It is an amazing place of respite for caretakers and parents, who might need a little bit of a break. Well, every single piece of Good Morning Frederick merch that we sell in the month of April gets donated to A Mother's Rest. Now, you guys did a great job in March. We were actually able to donate $300 to Wags for Hope, and hoping we can do the same at A Mother's Rest. You can, of course, shop online, and that will benefit as well. All you have to do is go to promocircus.com/shop or promocircus.com, and I think it says merchandise at the top or whatever it is. But if you go on there and order online, then the money goes to the nonprofit of the month, which of course this month is A Mother's Rest. Oh boy. And, look, I think, I can't believe that this place, A Mother's Rest, is the one of its kind in the United States. How is that possible? Now, Andrea, I know, is working with other Airbnbs and things like that so that if people want to get away, they can. I think she's opening up one in Georgia, which is awesome as well. So she's working hard to try to give people who take care of others a break. All right, let's go ahead and get this hump day started. Want to thank our show sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick. They are open daily, noon to 9 p.m. Not only can you get Italian ice and frozen custard, but you can get a hot pretzel or iced coffee as well. And they have those custard sandwiches, which are the cookie custard. Oh, I have asked several times, though, if they could please make one without chocolate. I do believe they use like a chocolate chip cookie, and they've got other kinds, and there's no non-chocolate. So you can have one of those as well. I won't be partaking in that, but there's tons of other stuff that I do love at Rita's, and I have yet. I'm waiting for the weather just to get a scad warmer. I am going to go try that Skittles, the new Skittles one with the freeze-dried Skittles on top. But if you can't get to Rita's, they can come to you. Order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats. However, you're going to want to download the app. The Rita's app is going to allow you to order in advance and pick up right at the side window. So on that first 80-degree day that we have from now, because it's been chilly, although I did see people yesterday at Rita's when it was a little bit chilly out. Of course, there's no bad time to have Rita's, but you can order on the app and just pick up right at that side window. All right. There is no reason not to have Rita's no matter the weather. 538 West South Street in Frederick. All right. We're going to go over. Well, Chris says he's going to jump on here real quick. Let's see if he makes it. He's probably running downstairs real quick before we jump into the events happening in Frederick. But I do want to tell you about this egg hunt. It is a countywide adult egg hunt. 300 eggs are going to be hidden for you to find starting on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Now, the way it works is you are going to find eggs because we're going to post the photos of where the eggs are located. That's going to be posted to our Facebook page, Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page only. Now, each photo should reveal the general location of the egg itself, okay? And as people find the eggs, I will update those pictures on whether the egg is found or still at large. Now, we have some amazing prizes, including $500, including 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to one winner, plus tons of other things like Good Morning Frederick merch. We've got gift cards from about 20 different local businesses, including Sandbox Brew House, Red Horse Steakhouse, Starvin' Marvin, 10th Ward, McClintock Distilling. Who else? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Well, while we're waiting for him to join, I'm gonna just scooch right here. So I can tell you, WLR Automotive, 7th Street Cafe, Intense Barbecue, Prospect Pantry, the Salty Seahorse, which is a vacation home in Corolla, North Carolina. These guys are really, really sweet. I love them. And Ash and I are going to pick a time. We're going to go down and check it out. I want to do it soon so I can show you what the place looks like. It's going to be great. We got the Healing Storm. We got Tree Trekkers, Texas Roadhouse, Terrapin Travel as well. And also, actually, I need to add it, Elite Feet Dance Studio. They are actually providing some discounts as well on summer camp, which will be tied along with another prize. I mean, 300 eggs, 300 prizes, and it's going to be a ton of fun. All right. Well, I did think Chris was. Oh, here he comes. All right. Let me go ahead and get him started. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Good morning.
Well, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Doing great. Sorry, I feel so bad. I had such a busy morning today. I didn't see the text message until recently. So I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to get on. I don't want to miss an opportunity to be on. So glad I made it.
I know. I'm glad you made it too. And I know things are kind of crazy because Bob is off this week. He is moving from Florida to Maryland. And so you don't have him, and you've been having special guests sit in. I was one yesterday. And did you have Mason today?
Did have Mason today, and I got to tell you, Mason Carter, I think he's 20 years old, and I was telling Mason, it's so. I, listen, Dani, I think about what I was doing when I was 20 years old, and I frown to myself. And you look at Mason Carter, he's an amazing, amazing young man. I mean, being working for the county council and
Yeah.
just doing so much for the community.
I'm the same. When I think about what I was doing when I was 20, I don't think I was doing anything to benefit the area around me, only benefit myself, I think. So, yeah, you got to really give it up for people who kind of put themselves on the line and get out there and try to make their communities better.
Speaking of which, I got to be honest, I didn't do my homework on news today like I should have, but I do want to mention one thing, Dani. Well, actually, two things, if you don't mind. I don't want to hijack the show too much today, but because I know you got other things going on. But we had Sheriff Chuck Jenkins on the Morning News Express today, and a great interview with Sheriff Chuck Jenkins. As people might have heard on Tim and Frank's show, Mid American Live, he did say he would run again. Hasn't officially put the paperwork in, so he's unofficially running. But we had him on today talking about the 287G program, which is obviously big here in Frederick. But we also had for the first time, the new sheriff of Washington County. Now, I know this is Good Morning Frederick, but you have a lot of viewers who also live in our neighboring county, Washington County. And I think he said Sheriff Albert, he said he was elected, I think, 2 years now. He actually is starting the 287G program in Washington County. Now, look, I don't want to get too political on the show. This is strictly my opinion, and not the opinion of Good Morning Frederick. But I'm for the 287G. I think it's a great program here in Frederick County. And to me, it's amazing. 16 years that it's been in here in Frederick that Washington County hasn't picked it up, and they will be starting to do so because of Sheriff Albert. So it was a great discussion to hear both of the sheriffs on today. And we're going to do some more stuff with Sheriff Albert because obviously our signal does go into Washington County. And so it's great to have him on.
Yeah, yeah. First, want to say good morning to Drew M, who is checking in. Chris, for people who don't know what that proposition is, explain what it does.
And obviously, the sheriff does a great job, better than I can explain it. So you can hear it on WFMD.com, the interview. But basically, in a nutshell, the 287G is a program where if they being the sheriff's department, Frederick County Sheriff's Department, arrest a criminal or a suspect who has a felony, they then bring him into the Frederick County Jail, which, again, the Frederick County Sheriff oversees the jail. And if they're wanted or on the radar for a crime, they will then turn that individual over to ICE, who will then, start the process of deportation or whatever ICE decides to do with that individual. So again, it's just so people realize, and again, it's explained a lot better by the sheriff. If you head to WFMD.com, he has a full explanation. But it's just to note that the Frederick County Sheriff's Department does not deport them. Again, it goes to ICE. They're kind of like the middlemen, I guess, to say, between them and ICE.
And the one thing people don't understand is they are not targeting individuals for this prop. They are actually only responding once they have a suspect in custody and that person has been arrested. So that is the only time in which they actually check or turn things over, which I think there's been some misinformation out there about that.
Correct. And again, that's very well said. I'm glad you brought that up, Dani. You're 100% right. So the Frederick County Sheriff deputies are not out there looking for illegal immigrants. That's not what they're doing. They'll pull them over for probable cause, whether it be from anything from a warrant to not using a turn signal, whatever the probable cause is, they'll then pull them over. And then obviously if they have a warrant out for their arrest, that's when they'll take them to the jail.
Right.
And then if they are here illegally, they will again get in touch
Right.
with ICE. Now, one thing I did not know about the 287G program that Sheriff Chuck Jenkins explained to me today was for the correction staff in the jails, they are actually trained separately by ICE for the
Oh.
287G. So in other words, it's not the deputies on the street, and it's not all the corrections officers in the
Gotcha.
jail.
Right. They are not
It's
right.
just
I mean, really, our
specific
sheriffs
people.
who are on the streets don't have anything else to do but to keep us safe and get criminals off the streets, and that's
Enforce the law.
where their role ends as far as this program is concerned. And the rest
Correct.
of it is administrative, basically through the sheriff's department, through the jail. So
Correct. Now, there's also a bill in Annapolis that they want to kill, for lack of a better term, kill the 287G program, which they'll be voting on. So again, that's why we brought the sheriff in of Frederick County, again, the Sheriff Albert of Washington County, to kind of have his thoughts also, especially Sheriff Albert, because of the fact that they're going to be starting the 287G program out in Washington County, kind of his thoughts on what he thinks about them trying to kill it over in Annapolis.
Yeah. Look, it is interesting that they haven't had it implemented, and even with kind of all the back and forth here in Frederick, they are implementing that program there, understanding that they're just again trying to keep the citizens of their communities safe. So,
Correct.
and I don't. Well, you and I have talked about this. I don't understand why people wouldn't want somebody who has committed a felony to be deported if they were not here legally. I don't get it.
Correct.
But
And we're not having this isn't and I want your viewers to understand out there, this isn't a discussion we're having with opening the borders, closing the borders, illegal immigration federally. That's not a discussion you and me are having here right now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking locally, enforcing the laws if
right.
there is an immigrant who committed a felony or a crime that gets turned over to the jail. And again, like you just said, the sheriff's department does not, do that. It's ICE who will go ahead and deport that individual if they choose to do so, or individuals if they choose to do so. So, but again, the show here, Good Morning Frederick, is about giving out information to the county, and that's basically what we're doing here. We're giving information out to Frederick. Also, real quickly, I wanted to tell you, getting away here, this was mind-boggling to me. We had attorney Jeremy Rosenthal, who was an attorney in Texas. I get him on quite often on the Morning News Express to kind of talk about some of the things going on with the laws, nationally. And he does a great job of explaining the laws. There was one today I had him on because I was reading a topic, Dani. I'd never heard of this before. This is mind-boggling. So there was a student. It turns out he was 15 years old. His substitute teacher, hired him to be a hitman and kill somebody for him. Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm like, what? You can't even call him a hitman. You have to call him a hit child, I guess, at this point.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is the problem, though, and this is why it is so imperative that we really, really start to focus on who is in our schools, because the influence that they have over children, and that is what every student is a child, and very impressionable child at that. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and the way it was found by Deputy Mom. She went through it, and she's not really a deputy, but she went through his cell phone, which is why folks always look at your minors' cell phones. Okay, you're paying the bill, they're minors, you have that authority to do that. She went through his cell phone and saw that, and he had already taken the down payment for the hit that was supposed to happen. Look, I said this on air. I'm glad I brought it up because now my parents listen to the show quite often, and now me toilet papering the neighbor's yard doesn't seem as bad as what this kid was doing. So see, mom and dad, I was a good
There you
kid
go.
for the most part. So I asked again, attorney Dave Rosenthal. I was curious. Again, he was 15 years old. If he could be tried as an adult, and he said yes. Again, this is coming from an attorney that he could get tried as an adult, which would make sense. I mean, listen, if you're old, 15 years old, Dani. I don't know about you, but I'm assuming you were raised the same way as me. You're old enough to know that killing people is wrong at 15 years old.
You do.
I don't
You
want to
do.
talk for you,
And
Dani, but I'm assuming you were raised the same way. I know
yes.
Mama Cohen's a good mother, so you know.
Yes, she is. She's a great mom. And yes, we did know right from wrong. So look, I mean, it doesn't, people make mistakes, and 15 is very impressionable and very young. And, I'm hoping there is an enormous amount of remorse for even considering it for that young man. Otherwise, he's going to find himself, missing a majority of his teen years and maybe even some of his adult years if he doesn't hopefully, I don't know. I feel terrible that you ruin your life over one decision like that. But at the same time, it's like, that's very serious and there have to be consequences.
Look, and this is where the emails come in. People who don't like when I say things like this. Obviously, that the substitute teacher, he's no rotten good. Throw him in the who's cow and lock away the key. He shouldn't see the
Yeah.
light of day. But at 15 years old, I'm sorry, you're old. Again, I'll say you're old enough to know right from wrong. At
Yeah.
15 years old, you're old enough to know you don't take a life.
Yeah.
So I think that this kid should be tried as an adult. And I'm sorry this happened, but you know what?
Yeah.
You know better. Again, at that point, at that age, you got to be responsible for your actions, and you know better.
I agree. All right. Well, I know we, at the last minute decided you were popping in, so it's all good.
Well, that was the news. That was the news for today. So there you go.
I know. I appreciate it. You had it all, even not even ready. You had it ready. And are you bringing me any warm weather though?
Not me. It's Bob who's supposed to bring the warm weather. Bob Miller.
I can't
Here.
yell at him yet. I will do that as soon as he's back on next week, because I don't see any in the forecast for quite some time. And in fact, I'm seeing a lot of rain and cold, and I don't like it.
Dani, it was 26 degrees this morning when I got up. Not spring weather. Okay, look, I don't want to be the one to sound like I'm a whiner and a complainer, but Mother Nature, it's spring. We need warmer weather.
Spring, we're ready.
I will give some good news here, so that way people can't say I only bring bad news. It's not going to warm up too much. It's only going to get to a high of 55, but Dani, it's going to be sunny. Don't see any rain in the forecast today. It won't be as cold tonight. Looking at a low of 39, clear skies. Unfortunately, the non-rain will stop tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to get to a high of 51. It's going to be overcast with some rain showers at times. 60% chance of rain. I don't see thunderstorms as of yet, but you know how the weather changes here pretty frequently.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow night, cloudy again with rain developing after midnight. Looking at a low of 40 for tomorrow. And Dani, great job again. Thank you yesterday for doing the show with me. Got some comments, even from the boss man, says that we got a great report, just like me and Bob do. So if you get a chance, listen to WFMD.com, and you can hear some of the interviews we had yesterday. Great interview with Dr. Bill Hennessy.
I looked him up after I left. That was fascinating, and I think that it's he is helping the average American fight hospital bills and things like that from errors. He says he finds an error in 100% of the bills that are sent out from our doctors' visits and hospitals. And so, it may be, especially if it's not covered by your insurance, but certainly even if it is covered by insurance, it just shows that they're billing insurance for things that are not accurate, which makes all of our premiums go up. It was really great. I liked him a lot. I think it was CGA Saves is his website, and he's a physician and tired of watching people getting taken advantage of. So,
yeah, I encourage those watching now. head to our website, WFMD.com. Go under podcast. You'll see Morning News Express. Scroll down and see Dr. Bill Hennessy.
Yeah.
I encourage you to listen. He gives some great input and great advice.
Yeah, well, I'll see you in a little bit. We'll be over at Ken's Automotive and Transmissions for a big check presentation to Christmas Cash for Kids. So excited about that. So I'll see you over there.
Looking forward to it. All right, Dani, as always, great to see you. As Bob would say, good morning, Frederick, and Washington County today.
See you later. Oh, yeah. He's great. I've had a great time with Chris, and of course, we have a good rapport. He's a lot of fun. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to be back with all of what's happening in Frederick. And we're going to have Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, plus Elizabeth Tate from Common Ground at Paradise Stables. All of that is coming up just after this.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shannon family beyond compare.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
All right. I'm trying to get my stuff up. You'd think after all this stalling, I would be organized, but it is a Wednesday and it's me. So, I just kind of wing it as we go. All right. We got a ton of things happening in Frederick, and I want to tell you all about them right now. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Intense Barbecue, family-owned barbecue, food truck, and catering company. They cook in small batches to ensure the food is as fresh as it can be. When you actually eat food from Intense Barbecue, you can satisfy your meat tooth. Go to intensebarbecue.com to get in touch with them today. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. If you want to see the full calendar, just click the link that's in the description of this stream, okay? All right, Roundup at Wise Markets all April. That benefits St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. There's a bunch of events with WFRE this month to promote giving to St. Jude. 6:30 to 8:30 tomorrow. It is Take Back the Night 2025. It's at Hood College. There's live performers. It's a supportive and empowering space for all survivors of power-based violence. April 12th, the disc golf tournament in Emmitsburg. Register now, discgolfscene.com. We also have a pop-up vendor event. If the weather is crap, we'll be inside. So come visit Damsel in Defense. We have a natural wellness and essential oils vendor, and Gretchen Made It will be on site at the home of everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday, Wise at Spring Ridge. Thanks to Frederick Brickworks, WFRE will be broadcasting live from 1 to 3. And at 6 p.m., Mama Cone and I will be at the Flying Cows game. April 13th, which is Sunday, 11 to 1, Wise in Brunswick. WFRE is going to be there. And then 11 to 4, we have another pop-up vendor market at 401 North Market Street. We've got permanent jewelry. We got Gretchen Made It, and we've got an aesthetic services company that will be on site for that. And 2 to 4 is Wise on Old Camp Road. You can see WFRE there. Okay, I went over all the April 14th countywide egg hunt information that you need, but you're going to want to make sure you're on Good Morning Frederick's Facebook page to see all of the hints you'll need to find the eggs. April 16th, 10 to 5 is Teacher Appreciation Day at Tree Trekkers. April 19th from 11 to 1, it's St. Jude fundraiser with Wise and Thurmont. 11 to 4, we have a pop-up vendor event. So every Saturday and Sunday, you can come by 401 North Market Street to see some local vendors. And the 19th kicks off Thurmont's Restaurant Week. And April 20th, again, we have a pop-up vendor event. And April 24th, it is SHIP's annual lip sync battle at Attaboy Barrel House. You're going to want to get your tickets for that now. Go to shipfrederick.com. And then April 26th is another Saturday at 7:30. You can do the TJ High School Community Yard Sale to benefit Safe and Sane. Then you can head downtown to bring a broom and clean up downtown Frederick. From 9 to 4, it's Fiberfest at the Frederick Fairgrounds. And then 6 to 10 at not at Andrea's house. It is an Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala to benefit that nonprofit. It's at the Delaplane. On the 27th, it is the Stomp Out Heroin 5K at Baker Park. And Pulling for Veterans has a flea market at the farm, the AmVets farm, right off 144. And it is the Lucky E Rodeo at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds on the 27th from 1 to 3 p.m. Do I have I'll get you the URL. If you search Lucky E Rodeo, you will find the place to purchase your tickets. And then May 2nd from 4 to 8 is an immersive art pop-up at Give Rise Studios. It's Spring Bloom, and it's a bunch of artists, photographers, and all kinds of things that are on display there. All right, if you have an event you want included in our calendar or on the show, all you have to do is email it to me at everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, one more quick break, then we're back with Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions and Elizabeth Tate from Common Ground at Paradise Stables. All of that comes up just after this.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
Oh, want to welcome brand new advertiser, Shower Experts. Apparently, they're building a new showroom, and we're going to show that off when they're ready and open up. But want to welcome them to the Good Morning Frederick family. We appreciate the support. All right, A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're located right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters and even build a patio or deck for you. And I know it doesn't seem like the warm weather is coming, but it is coming, and you're going to want to sit outside. All right, call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. And Sandra will take great care of you. She'll get back to you right away. Remember, as a Good Morning Frederick viewer, you save $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. All right, screenshot so you have her in your phone and can contact her when you're ready. Okay, now let's see who is making our market great. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, doing good. Well, I didn't bring it. All right, well, let's do this. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, ran the wrong one, but it's all good. It's all good. We're going to do Doing Good, sponsored by the Maryland Lottery, with tons of ways to win. Hot scratch-offs like Big Money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000, or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, download the app so you can scan your tickets to see if you're a winner. You must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. While I'm getting my crap together, we're going to meet Elizabeth Tate, and she is doing some great stuff in Mount Airy.
I'm in Mount Airy. I'm with Elizabeth Tate. The farm is called Paradise Stables, and this is common ground at Paradise Stables. So what you just reminded me, we got hooked up through a good family friend of ours, Debbie Prue, who came and got a little bit of equine therapy with you. And now volunteers. This, first of all, absolutely spectacular place you have here. I mean, for horse people, if you're horse people, you died and gone to heaven. It's absolutely beautiful. And my stepmom's a horse person, so I can say that because horse people are a breed of their own, literally.
It's true.
But you have really taken it upon yourself to serve people. And mostly veterans at this point. But of course, people who just need a little bit of love. So tell me a little bit about your background. You were telling me a little bit before, and why this is so important.
So my father was a veteran, and he served in World War II and Korea. And I am a clinical psychologist, pastoral counselor, and I was part owner in a defense contracting business where we were supporting special forces. And this is the mission here started with being how to give back to those people that we were helping in the war zone who've now come home and need extra help.
Yeah, and that's a huge, huge thing. And when I think about how far we've come from the stories I heard when veterans returned from Vietnam, I'm still baffled that we have not done a better job helping veterans return to civilian life. There's still a big gap. And it's so great to have programs like yours, for them in particular. What are you finding with a lot of these veterans that you're helping?
What am I finding? I'm finding that there are a lot of services available to veterans, especially in Frederick County, actually. There's a number of different service organizations. We're all different. We're not a one size fits all. We're a one size fits one. And some things work, some things don't. And work is the operative word, right? So in my work, my goal is to give people the opportunity to have peace, to understand their nervous system, to understand how horses help us regulate our nervous systems, and to be able to find that place that they can then recall when they're not here anymore with me.
Yeah. And that's a huge, huge thing, right?
Yes.
That is a huge thing.
And we're changing lives. I mean, there's no way around it. And there's other programs that offer excitement, right? And adrenaline kind of programs. And we're completely the opposite. Our goal is to give tools that are long lasting beyond our barn.
Yeah. You were telling me a little bit about horses and humans and the relation between the two. What have you found with that?
Well, through my own need for trauma recovery, and all the science that's behind it. Horses have an energy system, and well, they share the same chakra system we do. And chakras essentially they're our energy and how it flows through our body. And when we meet theirs, we regulate our heartbeats to theirs like a baby to a mom. It's a natural, actually occurring thing that our horses in particular, because they're drafts and they're, they're
Gentle giants.
Right. They're not necessarily race horses.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the magic that happens.
Yeah.
And we hold space for that to happen. And then we have other tools at our disposal that create opportunities to try that on for a while.
Yeah.
To solidify that and create situations where people are able to express themselves in a way that they may not have had a safe place to do that before.
Yeah. How many people have you had come through here? Do you have any idea?
1,672 last year.
I was just going to say, okay, wow. Yeah, I figured you would know something.
Yeah,
like
I
that.
just, off the top of my head.
I mean, that's pretty incredible.
They're not all veterans, of course.
No. So you were telling me like you do outreach with other people who are in intensive situations a lot of the time and need just a little bit of decompress or a lot. And bringing them out here allows that opportunity. And growing up with horses, I've always known, I didn't realize it was the chakra system, but you always knew that a horse feels the energy that you are presented with. Even as a kid, like my stepmom would say, just relax, because the more tense you are, the horse reacts. And I didn't know that that's the science behind it, but that is for sure true.
Well, they're flight animals. That's how they're made.
Yeah.
We essentially are too, except we don't have prey like they do in the wild. So because they're one big nerve ending from beginning to end, yes, they want to know where the danger is. If you're presenting in a extremely heightened energetic way, they're going to be like, wait, what? Where's that coming from?
Yeah, and it's on my back. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we work with a lot of people who suffer trauma.
Sure.
In addiction recovery, in homelessness, in people who've lost children to overdose, people who hospice, Hartley House, a lot of different local organizations, Helping Up Mission, Brooks House, other folks.
Yeah.
So
what is your hope with what you've built here? Like, what are you hoping over the next 5 years to be able to accomplish?
Two things. First of all, I always want to serve the underserved, right? So like I told you before, my goal this year is to work with 911 operators. They're underserved and we want to serve them. And last year it was hospice and we accomplished that goal. 5 years, we have to work on financials to be able to sustain this financially, right? So, and that's not my forte. I'm a programmer, right? I'm the one that helps. I don't know that side of the world. But in order to be here in 5 years, that's something that we have to be able to secure and move forward. Now, I don't charge our veterans or first responders and their families. I haven't. We work with TAPS also. I haven't. But I think where the healing really happens here is when I'm able to work with people for 6 to 8 weeks in a row. That's where we can really dive in. That's where we get some work done.
That's where the one-off 2 hours.
I mean, it's helpful.
Yeah, sure.
And it has its place, but the real work, the real life-changing work is when we can take the trauma that lives in the frontal lobe and move it to the back. And the edges are filed off and not as brisk. And we can do that. We've done it. Debbie, your friend, went through that, and she could give you testimony. Lots of people have gone through our program, and it's life-changing.
So that obviously is the driving force.
So the more we can do that, I think the more effective we are as a nonprofit.
Okay, so money is obviously something that's needed as a nonprofit. How else can people in Frederick, when they hear this and they're touched by it, they want to support you, how else can can people support you? You need somebody who's great at fundraising or event planning, or how can people out there?
All the above, right? So we do have people who volunteer. Let me just say this. Our program is most effective because of the 37 volunteers that we have, because everyone that comes here, that they get a horse and a volunteer. So I couldn't do this without them at the level that we're doing it, 100%. So there is room for that. But like if I could have some administrative help, just general stuff, that'd be great. Responding to emails, responding to phone calls, or that sort of thing. But then there's this fundraising side. So if there's a grant writer, or there's someone that likes to put on basket bingo and do other things, I'm open to anybody that has gifts that wants to be a part of it.
Yeah. Can you even share the amount of money that I know this must cost to run? What would help sustain you, let's just say annually?
Oh, well, in a perfect world, about $225,000.
Yeah. Horses are not cheap. And this is a beautiful property, which I know takes a lot of upkeep and maintenance. And they're living animals. So they require a lot of help. So
well, the boarding business has been in place since 2006.
Yeah.
And this has been the offshoot of that. And so I still, we have 50 equine on property. So I still offer the boarding. And I'd say a third of our boarders allow me to use their horses in our program.
Oh, that's nice.
And those people are also volunteers for us. So it's a nice marriage, actually.
Yeah. How can people reach out to you if something sparks something in them and they want to help or do more? How can they get you?
Email me. You can go to our website, commongroundps.org, and look at what we're doing.
Yeah.
You can contact me through there, or my phone number, which is 301-639-5052.
Yeah.
I'm pretty accessible.
Yeah. We love it. This is Elizabeth Tate. This is beautiful. You got to come out and check it out. I have a feeling putting this stuff out there is going to cause some interest and help, and giving you what you need in order to help more people, not just veterans, but certainly our veterans as well. So we appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
I know it's a big burden that you carry in a way, as well as the joy, but it's a lot. You're doing a lot here. And it's really, I think people need to see it and appreciate it. So hopefully this is the first step.
I hope so. Thank you.
We thank you guys for watching.
Oh, amazing. She is doing some great stuff. And if you should head out there. May 7th, they are premiering PTSD 911, a Conrad Weaver documentary. It'll give you a chance to go out and see the farm and meet Elizabeth. All right, let's talk about who's making our market great. Market Makers is sponsored by the Healing Storm Holistic Wellness. Shannon and her team strive to make sure you're seen, heard, and valued. He is. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by the cat. Oh boy. The Healing Storm focuses on alternative holistic healing methods to relieve your stress and pain, like massage, therapy, Reiki, and a lymphatic massage. They even do a healing journey program just for you. Check out thehealingstorm.com for more details and to schedule an appointment. Let's hear from Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmission. I'm at Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, corner Jefferson Street and Patrick Street in downtown Frederick, with Tyler Mead.
Thank you, Dani.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, I'm okay. Weather's getting a little nicer, but we're not quite there yet. But we're going to talk about spark plugs today.
Yep.
What does a spark plug have to do with a car? Talking to somebody who has no idea.
Yeah, so a spark plug allows ignition to allow the actual combustion of the motor to run.
Okay.
That's what actually allows you to drive. A lot of people may experience on high mileage plugs misfires or judder or shudder effects in their vehicle. So it's definitely a recommended item. It used to be every 100,000 miles or so. And you're talking way back in the day.
Yeah.
Now manufacturers are recommending anywhere between 50 and 80,000 miles for a lot of
Okay.
vehicles.
Okay.
Some are still 100,000s, depending if it's a truck or not. But most of them nowadays are getting lower because they're a different type of spark plug. They used to be copper styles in the back in the day, and now they're iridiums or platinums or something along those lines.
Yeah, I
So-
remember back in the day, I had something happen with my spark plugs, and they literally almost melted down.
Yep,
And
yep.
had to be like maneuvered out.
Yep,
Not great.
they're ceramic tops, so
Okay.
ceramic can actually crack, and it
Okay.
actually causes the spark to lose from actually inside the motor, and it sparks on the outside of the motor.
Wow.
So recommend doing those, and then obviously you follow that with an induction service.
Okay.
An induction service is what cleans carbon buildup, oil buildup from your PCV valves or positive crankcase ventilation. And then that kind of helps increase fuel mileage, better spark delivery, stuff like that.
Okay.
The newer cars nowadays are what they call GDI, and it's gasoline direct injection versus what used to be just a regular injector.
Okay.
They've made it definitely more confusing nowadays.
Of course, as always.
Yeah, so that increases a lot of carbon buildup in cars, and doing the induction service with a new set of plugs definitely helps break that down.
Yeah.
And helps you deliver more fuel mileage.
Yeah, well, this is one great thing about coming to Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. They're going to make sure all of that is taken care of every time you bring your car in. Go to kenstrans.com, schedule your appointment, get everything checked out, and work with the great team here. Since 1968, family-owned business right here in Frederick, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dani.
All right. Well, that is it for us today. We got to go get a beautiful check from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. They donated to Christmas Cash for Kids to help bail me out at my first anniversary show. $1,000 to help the kids in Frederick County have a great Christmas. So we're headed there right now. You'll see it on social media. And join us right here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Oh, well, let's finish the show. Here we go. Have a great day. Let's be great, Frederick. Let's start.